Hey, family, welcome back to the podcast. Now, listen, this Claressa Shields situation is starting to shift in a way that I did not think. I just don't think people fully understand it. I didn't think it would go in the direction that it's going, but we got a lot to talk about. And I'm going to show you what has been revealed. And because of Claressa's behavior, where it seems like it's going to land her ultimately in the long run. Okay. So I'm going to remind you of some things that I'm going to show you that was kind of, in a sense, pre-warning her about what direction she was going to go in if she kept up the antics that she's been doing. And Claressa didn't just start this, okay? I don't know if a lot of you have been following her, but a lot of this has been going on for a very long time. Hi, Linda. How you doing? Excuse me, y'all. I'm getting a little cold. Give me a second. I'm gonna mute myself just for a second. Sorry about that. If I have to clear my throat a little bit, I'm sorry, because I'm getting a little summer cold. They are the worst to get. So, as you can see on the thumbnail, I said, what is this costing her? And we are starting to see what this is costing her, in spite of the fact that people are saying, some people, okay, are saying that, okay, that's what they do in boxing. It's no big deal. Okay, why are they taking it so far when it comes to Claressa? Because she laid hands on Alycia. Now, we saw part of what happened, but we didn't see all of it. However, two of the guys that were actually there, that was close up, standing there and jumped in between it, saw exactly what happened. And they talked about it. And I'm going to show that to you. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to show you exactly what they said happened so we can be clear in why Alycia is saying that she's going to take this further. Okay. So, hey, y'all, come on in here. Come on in here. Hit that like button. So I got a couple of clips I want to show you. I want to go through some things so we can catch up, because I know everybody don't see everything. And then I'm going to reveal some other things that I know people haven't seen just yet, so that we'll continue to talk about Claressa's behavior. And like I said, what it's going to cost her, or what it looks like it's going to cost her. Okay. So it just depends on how far MVP and Alycia is going to take this. But y'all put in the chat before I pull the clips. Tell me, do you think that Alycia is going to take this as far as it can go? Put a 1 in the chat if you think Alycia is going to pursue this and take this as far as it can go. Or put a 2 in the chat if you think she's just going to forget about it and she's going to just forgive Claressa and put it under the table. Just throw it under the table. Now, let me transfer over here to one of my screens. Hold on, mute myself again. Give me a second. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, give me just a second. Let me switch screens for you. Okay. And let me put this up. Give me a second. Now we're going to go back a little bit so we can come forward. Okay. Claressa Shields breaks her silence on Alycia Baumgart, slap and shuts down MVP Bang. Y'all lying on me is nothing new, is what Claressa is saying. But before we get into what Claressa said, let's watch what happened again. Okay. Because I have a closer view of what happened. Give me a second. So now we know that this is all because of Claressa saying, keep my name out of your effing mouth and worry about who you're with and not me. So this is all about Papoose. Y'all saying, one, y'all think she gonna take it to the limit? Okay. Hello. Okay. So again, this is again about Papoose, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, okay? But let me play the rest of it.
Oh my God, is the girl gonna get in a fight here? Get out of the way. I want to get in there. No. World star.
Not right now.
I'll referee. I'm calling her to get a referee.
Michael, you want to make it up? I was in your way.
Now, according to what's been reported, Claressa went over and approached Alycia because she's upset. Now I'm gonna show you in a minute what she's upset about. Okay, let me take this down. Give me a second, and then I'm gonna show you. After I'll show you what she's upset about and what Alycia had been saying about her in reference to Pap. Then I'm gonna come back and I'm going to show you. We're going to go through what the two guys said who were actually there up close. Okay, and they know exactly what went on, and they're going to tell us that yes, indeed, a lot of us say, where did it land? Did it hit her arm? Did it hit her face? Where did it go? Well, these guys are going to tell us exactly where it landed. Give me just a second. Y'all know I got to switch through these screens. Hold on. Okay, so it's coming up now. Now, let me get over here. And I'm going to show you, let me turn this up so you can see what Alycia has said and why Claressa is so upset, okay?
There comes a point in life as a woman, again, as a woman, where you have to be logical on how you really moving in life, okay? Logical on how you moving in life as a woman. Okay, that's one. Two, I'm not nobody's parent or whatever to tell somebody how they should move. That they're gonna move how they're gonna move. But at the end of the day, you gotta know there's repercussions to your bullshit. You gotta know there's repercussions to the way you move in life. Regardless of what the situation looks like. At the end of the day, if that's a married man, you fucking with a married man at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck if he has a woman. If he has a marriage that is on paper to a woman, why are you messing with a married man? Regardless of what the situation is, it's just like that shit to me would be off limits, right?
So, what do y'all think about what Alycia is saying? Should Pat be off limits? Him and Remy are not together. Of course, we've seen him around with Claressa. And I've said this before. Her behavior is always to come in to defend her situation, so much so that she constantly reminds us that she's not a side, okay? She ain't coleslaw, macaroni, and cheese because that's her man, even though he has not taken the proper steps to end his marriage. So her behavior is deny, deny, deny. And as long as she denies it, I guess it's supposed to make it true. But according to the law, okay, the law of the land, she indeed is the side. But let's hear what the rest Alycia has to say. And remember, I'm going to show you what the two guys who were right there up and close, what they said about the situation and where Claressa's hands landed.
Claressa is a whole world champion, okay? Multi-world champion. She has no kids. She just had a movie come out about her life, and you're entertaining bullshit like that. At this point, she don't have nobody guiding her in the right direction. She don't have no good friends around her to let her know what.
Which is true. Do y'all agree with that? Pap is what, 48, 40 something? Claressa, I believe, is 31 or 32. Pap has several children by several different women. The only one he married was Remy. The other ones he did not. And there was a young lady that was on the Tasha K show that you all was telling me about, and I did go and look up, who also thought that her child was his child, and that would have been the youngest child. She found out that it's not her child, which means it's not his child, which means that Pap had to have some relations with that woman as well while he's still married to Remy Ma. So Alycia is absolutely right in what she's saying, but Claressa does not want to hear what anybody has to say because her mentality is, unless you agree with what I'm doing, you're jealous. You're jealous, you're broke, and you don't know what you're talking about. But that is the behavior of someone that's in denial and who want to continue to do the things that they're doing and don't want anybody to say anything about it. So I think this was good advice, even though she didn't take it well.
She doing this some bullshit. At the end of the day, if you a girl's girl, you gonna let her know that we don't do that. We don't do that. But again, like that comes with a mature mindset. And on some real shit, if I was the one to tell her, you either gonna listen, you not. Like there's no, and this is besides all the stuff that me and Claressa went through. Like y'all gotta know, that shit dead to me. That's everyday talk about fight me, fight here, whatever the case. At the end of the day, as a woman with stature, with a woman with credentials on who you are as a woman, as a champion, ain't no way you doing some dumb shit like that. And I can't tell you that. You're gonna have to learn that. But you obviously don't have the right type of people around you to tell you what you doing is some fuck shit. That's some goofy ass shit. But guess what? You're gonna have to learn on your own. And I'm not gonna say nothing more about it because me and her are not cool. Because at the end of the day, for somebody to listen, they're gonna really listen. They're gonna take it in because they want to be better and they want to do better. But listen.
Okay, so I'm gonna end it there. Now, as a woman, yes, Mary. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to transition into back to the other screen. So now you can hear what those guys had to say about the situation that were there. Okay. Claressa's I'm not going to listen. She's not. And we want to talk about her and what she said as well, because Claressa made two different statements from what I saw, right? One looked like it was apology. She was apologizing. The other one, she came out and she totally changed her tone. And I'll show you that. Now, I didn't get the apology one because I didn't save it in time, and now I can't find it. But I'll show you her latest statement and what she's saying next. Hold on. Let me share my screen again so I can get over here so you can see what the guys had to say. So they're going to tell us where it landed. Hold on for a second. Okay. So Mike and Le'Veon debrief on Claressa Shields and Alycia Baumgart argument, right? So they showing you where these guys are. Here's Mike. There's Le'Veon. I guess that's how you say his name, right? So you know that these are the guys that was right there. At first, I thought this guy right here was Papoose until I saw Papoose on the opposite side of Claressa. Now, let's hear what they have to say. Oh, I'll let you see this first. You see what happened? Now, remember, she's saying, I hate when you run your mouth. I hate when you run your mouth. It's because of what she's been saying about her situation with Pap. And Claressa also confirmed that when she walked up to Alycia, as we saw, she was telling Alycia, don't worry about her relationship. Now,
I was in your way.
Oh my God, is the girl gonna get in a fight here? Hey, get out of the way.
Claressa's telling her to shut the F up, always talking.
No. World star.
Not right now.
I'll referee. I'm calling her to get a referee. Michael, you want me to get up in it? I'll get up in it. Okay.
I was in your way.
Michael.
Okay, so here we go. Now they're giving up replay on what happened.
In the Rocky movie, where they were about, and they were, no, don't fight here, don't fight here. Don't waste that money. Don't waste that money.
All you're saying, I'm trying to back up. I see Papoose right there too. I'm like, boy, I'm telling you, you see, I saw it too. You can see the ride. I was feeling it. Yeah, you go, and I swear.
So these guys are saying Papoose was standing right there. You could see the rise. You could see something was getting ready to happen. But Papoose just stood there. He didn't step in. And do you remember when Remy came out and Papoose was telling Remy, don't go meet with her friends because he didn't want her to get in trouble. And the friend that she was going to go meet with, I can't remember which one of the ladies it was. All she going to do is do something and then Remy will end up back in trouble. He was very concerned about Remy even being around those people, okay? Whether he meant it for himself or her or not, it was the fact that he told her, I don't want you doing that. Now, he's right there while Claressa is going to approach her. Do y'all think, I'm going to let you finish hearing it, but do you think that Papoose knew what Claressa was going to do, her intentions. I want y'all to put a 4 in the chat if you think he knew her intentions, and put a 6 in the chat if you think Papoose was innocent. He didn't know what was going to happen. He had no idea. Because I find it odd that you saw Claressa escalating and you did nothing to stop her. Claressa already told us that Pap had seen her, okay, spaz out. She said, y'all ain't seen it, but Pap seen it. Pap know. Pap know me. Y'all, look, y'all agree. All fours, everybody believing that he knew. So if he knows his woman like she told us, like he told us, then you knew that it was escalating and you knew what was going to happen. I believe they had a conversation. I believe he was with it. I believe she went there on purpose so she could go and talk, have this back and forth with Alycia, because that is her mindset. That is her behavior. She had shown us this time and time again, right? Even on social media, when she's going after people on social media. And this was all a plot and a plan, except it backfired. And let's hear what else they have to say.
The lady on stepped in like, no. When he felt the ride, man, oh my God, bro. And that's when she struck out. Wow. They got me out. You talking to boom. Oh, so wait, hold up. I knew it was coming. I knew.
He said that's when she struck out. They knew it was coming, but her man didn't know it was coming. The man that's with her all the time, the one she's supposed to marry. But let's go on.
It was coming, bro. And I felt it, but you know what's crazy? I didn't really think she's going to
I didn't either.
I think she's going to go there.
I didn't think
she's going to go there. I thought maybe she's going to shove her, maybe.
Right.
She's like, nah. Pop! We're going to catch her on this hook right now. Dude. Hey, but you know what people not talking about, though? AD got a chin. She ate that little.
He said, did you hear what he said? You know what, though? AB got a chin. She ate that. So he's telling you where that landed. On her chin. And she ate that. You know what I find disturbing as grown men, that these men think that's funny. So they saw what happened, but it's funny to them. And it's disturbing to me because these are older men that think this is cute and that is funny. I also find it disturbing that Papoose let his side, okay, let her slide over there to Alycia, and now it may cost her dearly. Because we see Claressa doing something else that makes absolutely no sense. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. Let's see what else these guys have to say. She ate that is what he says. So you're absolutely right when you say, Trinidad, okay, witness when she go to court. Witness, right? Claressa was mad that MVP, ESPN, and Netflix didn't acknowledge her as well. I agree. I absolutely agree. So where we could not see, they did see. I'm sure they weren't the only ones. So if Claressa thinks she's going to come out of this and say it didn't happen, she did nothing, all because Alycia was talking, that's the reason why she did what she did. So it was okay for me to reach out and touch her because of that. Now, I'm going to show you in a minute, and we're going to talk about Claressa and what we're seeing happen next. But let's read what MVP is saying and Claressa, and also I want to get your take on it. And I want you to tell me, because we having conversation over here and talking about this behavior. And so let's see what MVP had to say. Most Valuable Promotions aware of the incident during MVP's Rousey versus Carano event on Saturday night involving physical contact by Claressa Shields toward Alycia. You see the words they're using? When you put out statements, it's very important the words that you use. So if you decide to take this further, these words will be used to back this up. See, all of this is what they're playing out as a movie so that they'll have all their ducks lined in a row when they go after her, however they choose to, right? MVP maintains a strict zero tolerance policy for hostile threatening, or aggressive behavior toward fighters, staff, media. So not just fighters, the staff, media, or guests at any of our events. Basically, we don't tolerate that for anybody that's at an event of ours. Physical altercations outside the ring or cage are unacceptable in any MVP environment. MVP does not condone, tolerate, or accept Claressa Shields' behavior in that setting, and it reflects poorly on MVP and women's sports, which we have worked tirelessly to uplift. They talking about her behavior. Effective immediately, Claressa Shields is banned from all MVP events until further notice. And they didn't say forever. They said until further notice. There is a time and a place for fighter tension and banter, but to physically attack a fellow athlete while there as a guest inside a private VIP area is unacceptable. And let me tell you something too. I know some people feel like, that's what fighters do. This is dangerous for anybody that shows up at an event. If the message is, if something's not done and they didn't say something, and the message is, oh, anything can happen to us if we go to an MVP Netflix event, because they're not going to do nothing. So people would just show up at events and just think that they could turn it into an amateur fight. MVP would like to thank the venue security for their swift response in addressing and de-escalating the situation, and appreciate Alycia Baumgartner not retaliating and further amplifying the situation. We remain committed to maintaining a safe, respectable, and professional environment for all participants and attendees at our events, and will continue to enforce these standards without exception. Now, this is what they said. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all agree with their statement? Now, let's go into Alycia's statement, and then we'll read Claressa's statement. Alycia says, when your purpose is to elevate, there will always be people who attempt to pull you down to the level from which they operate. The situation that occurred on Saturday was unprovoked and entirely consistent with the individual involved. It was unprovoked because she walked over to Alycia, from what we can see. So no matter what was going on outside online, Alycia didn't walk over to her. She walked over to Alycia. While attending Most Valuable Promotions' inaugural MMA event as a guest, I was physically assaulted without provocation. This behavior follows a continued pattern from someone who has publicly celebrated other fighters' brain injuries. Remember Shadeja? What happened to her? Initiated one-sided altercation at press conferences and consistently displayed hostility toward other women. That conduct is unacceptable and should not be tolerated in any professional sport. Now, I don't know if you all been following. Claressa did an interview, and in that interview not too long ago, she said she was asked by Tigger. One of my videos is talking about it, and it shows. She was asked by Tigger who would she want to fight if she could fight anybody. Instead of her talking about competition, somebody in her weight class, because let's be clear, Alycia is not in her weight class. She will have to go down several classes to get to Alycia. And she says she has no desire to do so. So instead of her pointing out other people that she could fight so she can get the rest of her $8 million, right? Because she's only going to get the rest unless she fights. She claimed they gave her 3 up front. She goes and names Alycia, 50 Cent. Who was the other person she named? Alycia, 50 Cent. Did y'all see the interview? I can't think of the other person. But she continued to talk about Alycia and wanting to get at her. So this, to me, was premeditated. It was the perfect timing for Claressa to do it in front of everybody, to approach her, to be seen, to get eyes on her and attention on her, except it backfired. Because we know she has no emotional intelligence when it comes to her behavior. We have seen this over and over again. So you go to tell Alycia what she can say about your relationship that you are floundering all over social media, all over the place, because Alycia has an opinion and she didn't back down from what you were saying, you thought it was okay to reach out and touch her. This behavior reflects a repeated pattern of hostility, chaos, and attention-seeking conduct that continues to embarrass women's sports. This situation has been and will continue to be handled legally and professionally. Take note, legally, because you lay hands, and professionally, because there's a code of conduct for boxers as well. Now, I've been hearing a lot of guys talk about what other people have done, this, that, and the other. Here's the difference. If you do something to Jane over there and Jane chooses to not take it any further, that's Jane. If you do it to me, and I know there's a code of conduct, and I say, let me go ahead and go to the authorities, that's my decision. Now, you have to deal with the consequences because you also know the code of conduct. And you cannot go around putting your hands on people, reaching out and touching people because you don't like what's being said. That's the difference. One person makes a choice to not pursue it. A lot of it is hype around boxing because normally when this happens, these are people that are in the same weight class who are going to box, might have discrepancies, and so it draws people in. That's not the situation with Alycia. Again, for those in the back who don't want to hear it, Alycia and Claressa are miles apart when it comes to them being in the same weight class. So they are never going to fight unless Claressa goes down about, I don't know, 40 pounds or something, about 40, 50 pounds or something. And we know she ain't going to do that because she over there eating up, 2 plates of desserts and things. Anyway. Alycia goes on to say, my focus remains far beyond individuals who lack discipline, professionalism, and self-control inside or outside the ring. I have spent my career representing myself, my family, and the sport of boxing with class, integrity, and respect. I will continue to do so. I want to congratulate Most Valuable Promotions and Netflix on an event that continues to raise the ceiling for women's combat sports, and I look forward to continue to be a positive force in the evolution of sport. Now, Claressa says that she has been the one who has elevated women's boxing. You took an opportunity to take away from what the event was supposed to be about, and now all people are talking about is what you did, your actions and your behavior. So the thing that you say was very important to you, that changed your life, that allowed you to get your aggression out, boxing saved you, is what she said. And the very thing that saved you is the very thing you go to an event and make a mockery of. So nobody's talking about what happened at that event. They're talking about you. Now, how you think a company like MVP, more importantly, a major company like Netflix, is going to feel about this? Because they put a lot of money into these things when it comes to, the boxers and making sure they elevate and put a spotlight on women boxing. And here you come, ruining everything. Thank you for agreeing. If I ate paint chips as a child, was a person shaking my head, not paint chips. Oh my goodness. So again, there's going to be consequences from this. Here's the other thing. Claressa's talking about having a child in the future, her and Pat, right? That's what she says. What are you going to teach your child, Claressa? What do you teach a child? You're going to teach your child that every time somebody says something, that your child is supposed to reach out and touch them. And guess what's going to happen? Your child is going to be in the clink with some silver bracelets on. Because what kind of example are you that you cannot control yourself to the point where if someone says something that you don't like about your relationship, this is what you're going to teach them to do? That does not make any type of sense. So hold on for a second. I'm going to switch screens again, and I want to show you what Layla had to say, and not about this particular situation, but about Claressa, okay? Because I think it's very important in what she said about Claressa, and it goes back to, what she warned her pretty much of. And so some people have not seen these things, And I think it's important that we see it because it's almost like Layla had a crystal ball. Layla and Remy too had a crystal ball that they could see that she was going to go down the wrong road if she did not change what she was doing. Hold on for a second. Let me remove this and stop sharing. I gotta go through these screens. Hold on, y'all. Uh, okay, let me speed it up a little bit. Now I gotta find the spot for y'all. Give me a second. Okay.
You do a lot that people don't see. You have conversations that people are unaware of. And I'm asking because I love seeing the older generation connect with the younger generation. I hate, and I'm gonna use that word, I hate when I see the disconnect between generations. The older generation, they hate, they don't understand. It's like, bro, I done been where you going.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when the older generation are so disconnected from the younger generation that they just don't even try. But it is tricky because it's two different eras.
He's going to ask the question, but he's trying to soften, the question because he doesn't know how Layla is going to answer. Now, we've watched Layla, and what we do know is she's professional and she's classy. But he's trying to soften the question. He's going to get there. And I have to stop this and give commentary for those of you who don't know because YouTube requires us to do this. So I can't play it all the way through because it is on YouTube. So if you want to see the whole entire interview, I'll put his link down there. I'll grab it when I finish. This one is short. This is just a short clip of it, but there's an entire interview for like an hour where he's talking to Layla.
Two different mindsets. You and Claressa Shields, and I talked to her yesterday and kind of got an idea of what her perspective of the situation happened. But man, y'all seem to have started off good and then something went awry. What happened with you and Claressa?
I think that, like you said, I'm somebody that is open to being connected in terms of giving people advice when they come to me for it. Claressa was one of those people who reached out to me when I think it was after she won the Olympics the first time. I commentated the Olympics. I was aware of who she was.
Okay.
She reached out to me somehow and asked me advice about should she go to the Olympics again? Should she go pro?
Now take note. Layla said Claressa reached out to her. She never reached out to Claressa. Claressa contacted her, reached out to her. What does that sound like? Claressa did the same thing when it came to Remy Ma. There's a pattern here. The same behavior. You reach out for help to these ladies, and then something happens, and instead of you being friends with them like you presented yourself, you came to them for help, almost like a sheep in wolf clothing. But then somewhere along the way, you turn. You take off the sheep's face and you put on the wolf's face. But you reached out to them.
Oh, and I remember telling her, like, there ain't nothing in 168. You know what I'm saying? Like, she told me she was doing good in school. I asked her about herself. She was really smart. I said, I would do the Olympics again, and then I would go to school and do something else. Like, I'm thinking she's going to use the Olympics and catapult into something else. You know what I'm saying? But because I was like, at 168, there's nothing.
In the pros.
In the pros. I said, you ain't going to make no real money there.
Now, she told her this. This is the reason why Claressa keeps telling us, I got this $8 million deal, or they gave me $8 million. No, they did not give her $8 million up front. Okay. But this is what she wanted us to believe in the beginning. Now, Layla gave her good information in spite of the fact that this all went left. Layla still gave her information that is valuable even today. The problem is her behavior shows us she does not listen. My grandmother used to say, a hard head make a soft. Y'all know what?
Said, but if you do go pro, go down. I had a lengthy conversation about that. because you go down to like 58, 47, because I'm looking at her. And I told her, I said, you can do it. If you diet down, if you get a nutritionist, I'm looking at your body. I said, because when I was 168, I was a lean 168. I couldn't get any smaller than that. I'm 200 pounds right now, Andre. So I'm saying I'm a big girl. People don't realize, like, physically, I got big hands, I got big feet. I'm big. So I was telling.
Hold on. I had to stop it right here. Because do y'all remember when Pat made that comment that Claressa got little hands or something, little feet? Y'all remember that? But you see how Layla is admitting she's a big girl. She got big hands. She got big feet. She's sitting at 200 pounds right now. The reason why I'm pointing this out, because Layla is secure in who she is and her body. She's confident. She don't care that people say she a big girl. She tell you herself she's a big girl and she got big hands and big feet. But Pap wanted us to believe that Claressa got little hands, little feet, and all this other stuff, as if our eyes don't show us. Now, there's nothing wrong. Everybody can't be small. Everybody ain't going to be big. Some people going to be in the middle. But the point is, you have to be comfortable in your own skin and have your own confidence. Now, she tell us she confident, but that's not what she display. Because I'm going to say it again. If you got to keep telling people that you beautiful, that you smart, that you rich, that you got all this money, you're trying to convince people instead of letting them see it for themselves. But let's go on. Let's see what else Layla has to say.
You're not big like me, so you can come down. So that was my advice to her. And then we stayed in touch. You know, she would hit me before her fights. And I just remember going and promoting a cookbook and my cookbook and going on the Breakfast Club. And you asked me what happened.
I remember that.
And they asked me about Claressa, like they asked me about women's boxing. I said nice things about her, like I always did. And then they ended up asking me, would I ever come back? And I said, there's no reason to. I said, I don't see anybody there that inspires me to want to come back. I was like, there's so much I would have to stop doing, you know, that I would have to do. So I guess, well, I know that she heard that and took offense to it. And then next thing I know, she's on YouTube saying Layla Ali was on, you know, she said it out of her own mouth. Like she heard me say there was nobody that she was inspired by that she felt could give her competition. I feel some kind of way. So then she started calling me out. And I was like.
Now, again, it shows insecurity. If you don't say my name, you ain't talking to me. Okay? Layla has so much going on. She's an older woman now. She has a family. She has children. She got deals, brand deals. She has a cookbook. She's over here doing several different things. Why would this woman at her age feel like there's somebody for her? If she feels like there's nobody for her to fight, basically, I don't see anybody that's going to make me stop doing all that I'm doing, stop taking care of my family to come back in the ring. I don't see nobody that's going to make me do that. Now, if you taking it personal, then that shows your insecurity. Because if I was her, and I'm just saying she ain't me, I would have been like, you know what? I agree with Layla. You know, Layla got a lot going on. She's done enough for the sport, and I'm here now. So, you know, I'm picking up where she left off, you know, and whoever is out there to fight, I'm going to fight them. Don't worry about it. You know, I agree. But instead, she takes it however she chose. And now you have, made yourself an enemy yet again. Your behavior shows the same thing over and over again. It makes no sense. And Layla could have done so much had they continued to be friends. So many doors probably would have opened for Claressa. I think Layla would have done so much to help her. Maybe, you know, this whole thing with her and Papoose would have never happened. Maybe, you know, more doors would have opened, brand deals and stuff like that. Layla did an interview with Claressa so that people could get more familiar with her. It would have helped her so much. But she keeps going down this same road over and over again. But you say you're a girl's girl. How, Claressa? I want to know.
Wow. So first thing I thought, because I'm the type of person, I would just pick up the phone. Like you would think she'd pick up the phone, but I know this newer generation, like you said, is different. But now you took it public. And she was always the one calling me anyway. So I wasn't about to call her and say, hey, what's going on? I was just like, okay, that's where she decided to go with it. So then, of course, now, the public they're going to exasperate it.
They're going to spin it.
And then the next time I do another interview, at that point, she had already, talked about me, and she started putting stuff on her social media page. She ain't never fought nobody. She ain't never, she basically was.
So Alycia can't say anything about Claressa, but Claressa can run around and say whatever she wants about whoever she wants to say it about. She can say all the things about Layla. Layla did nothing for the sport, even include Layla's father in the situation, even act like put herself right next to Muhammad Ali as if she's his daughter. Very, out of line. And you're upset because Alycia made a statement about something that you have been doing on social media, parading around with Papoose, and you're upset, but you can say whatever you want. So basically, Layla had went to where Claressa was and reached out and touched her. So when people say things like, oh, well, Alycia shouldn't have been talking. If we all go around and touch people because of what they say about us, all of us will be locked up, okay? Because I'm sure most of you have said something about somebody that you don't care for. So that means everybody, would they be rotating people in and out of the daggone jail every single day?
Trying to degrade my legacy and everything that I had done. And I was like, oh, okay, wow, that you crossing a line now. You can think you can beat me.
I see the look in your eyes. I see you going there.
I'm just saying, you can think that.
Right.
That's fine. You're supposed to think that.
Yeah, of course.
But to start going in on my legacy and what I have and haven't done and all these things, I was like, wow, that's a lot, So that's kind of what happened. I think that fans don't like it because fans are like, man, we love both of y'all. Why does it have to be this way? So again, that's pretty much how it happened. And that for me is like, there's just certain things that are not okay with me. It's hard to come back from.
I don't blame Layla. Claressa would not stop from what I saw. Same thing with Remy. The only thing that has stopped her now from talking about Remy, because Remy finally came out and did that track against her and Papoose. Oh, her and Papoose, their behavior was horrible. They ran all over wherever they can get an interview, and they both were doubling down on the story. And you notice now that Remy came out, Papoose is quiet again. Papoose, you don't have nothing to say anymore. All of a sudden, he done went back into mute mode. And Claressa is out here still at it. Still haven't learned anything. But here's the thing. Claressa has everything to lose. Everything to lose. And Papoose is just going to go back to being Papoose like he was before. He got his little money, Remember, she told us it was because of Papoose that she got the deal. She did the deal with Win Records. So he got what he needed. But let's go on.
And again, I don't have any hard feelings against Claressa in general because I got a lot going on over here. You already know, to be worried about any of these young girls like that. But at the same time, I see that she gets into it with a lot of people. She gets into it with a lot of female fighters. She gets into it with male fighters. So obviously that's a thing for her. Hopefully she'll figure that out because you're not going to get very far in this life if you continue burning bridges.
That right there. You're not going to get very far in this life if you keep burning bridges. And I'm going to show you what Claressa is doing now, because although, she's acting like she's not bothered, I'm sure she is. Because she doesn't know what's coming next with this whole situation with Alycia. She doesn't know what Alycia is going to do next, even though she says she's going to deal with it legally. And she doesn't know how far MVP is going to go. And again, Claressa seems to not understand and seem not to believe that, unfortunately, when you're dealing with those other color people, things don't end up fairly a lot of times for us. But let's go on.
And even though she's not someone that I consider a friend, hopefully that's some advice that she would take, because you're going to see a lot of people surpass you. Even though you're talented, even though you can say, oh, I won all these belts and I went to the Olympics, I did X, Y, and Z. So never think too big of yourself, right? Because there's always going to be somebody. You got to really watch your character. You got to stay humble. And, you know, hopefully you don't burn so many bridges along the way, you don't come back from it, because you want.
So you see, even with what has happened, Layla is still giving her advice. With class, she's not tearing her down. She told some of what happened, and she's still giving Claressa advice, even in this interview. In spite of everything that has happened, that's class. That's a woman that cares. That's maturity. In spite of everything that she has said, and if y'all haven't seen it, go out there and search and see what Claressa have been saying about Layla Ali. Very disrespectful. Her behavior is always disrespectful when she doesn't like someone. And Layla still says she ain't got nothing against her. We ain't friends, though. I don't fool with you, but I ain't got nothing against you. And I hope you learn this lesson before you can't come back from what you've done. And in my opinion, she's escalating.
Want to use these opportunities right now when you have it. It's great that you're doing all these things, and you want to be a role model to those coming behind you.
Of course.
And you want the fans to like you. You want to be a likable person. You know, I know there's a movie coming out on her, which is great.
Y'all like her? And this was before her movie. Lady said she want to be a likable person. Do y'all like her? Put a 1 in the chat if you like her. Put a 2 in the chat, you know. If you know, she's an acquired taste. I just want to know where your mind is and how do you feel. What, you know what, never mind. I see y'all comments. Y'all ain't got to. I see what's going on, okay? Because of her behavior, a lot of people are turning away from her. Now, she would have been great being as though she has accomplished a lot. She has accomplished a lot. Can't take that away from her. She absolutely has. But she is taking that away from her. She's doing this to herself.
She's been through so much, you know, but guess what? A lot of us have. So it's no excuse. We need to do better. And to me, it's really important. It's really important how I carry myself. It's really important how I represent myself, how I represent women, how I represent Black women, how I represent fighters, how I represent my father, how I represent myself, how I'm a woman, a mother, a wife. I don't have time to be over here going back and forth with somebody over no BS. So, you know, like I was hesitant to even talk to you about it because we already know people grab onto that. You know what I'm saying? This isn't about who can win, who can fight. You know, Claressa knows I offered her sparring. She knows she didn't want to spar with me. That would have been the moment to whoop me. That would have been the moment because we know we would have had our social media. Yeah. That would have been your moment to do your thing. So we don't want to hear nothing else about it now. No more.
Did y'all know that Layla offered to spar with Claressa and Claressa turned it down? Of course, Claressa had an excuse as to why she turned it down. It didn't make sense to me. I don't even remember what she said, okay, because it didn't make sense. But did you all know, put in the chat, yes, if you knew that Layla offered to spar her. Now, had she sparred with her, you know the cameras would have been there. That would have been a perfect time because Layla wasn't going to come out of retirement. But she was like, we can spar. Let's get in the ring together. And Claressa said no. She turned it down. So the opportunities that she does have that would have helped her, she don't take those opportunities. She seemed to take the opportunities that is ruining everything that she worked so very hard for. And let me say this too. People like Claressa will use that their life was hard. Your life was so hard and this, that, and the other. And I understand that. But I agree with Layla. A lot of people's lives are hard. That's no excuse to be out here doing the things that you are doing. And then you expect for people not to talk about it. People have come in the chat and, you know, on social media. Of course, everybody don't agree. I don't expect them to. However, she is putting this out there for us to talk about. And in spite of the people who don't like what's being said, this is my business. See, I get paid from YouTube to come and talk about whatever I choose to talk about. So this is my business. Like I told the person the other day, Friday, in the chat, you can go and make yourself a YouTube channel and you can go and defend everything that Claressa does. But we don't do that over here. We call out what we see because it's a learning lesson for other people coming behind her, especially women. But let's go on.
You know, because there's so many more opportunities out there, you know, but you just got to go about them the right way.
Is there a way back for y'all?
I can't be a negative person and ever say that there's not a way back. You never want to have an enemy, especially someone in the sport, especially two people can have an impact. There's so many people who can relate to Claressa, her story, where she came from, that can never relate to me. So whoever it is that you can relate to that can inspire you, that's wonderful. That's great. But like I said, it's really hard to come back from someone trying to diminish your legacy. And, you know, it's not going to just happen by just, you know, squashing it.
I agree. Too often when people go too far, a lot of times Black women have this forgiveness thing in them and let the same person back in their circle. I can let it pass and not talk to you and all that. I'm not going to tear you down. I'm not going to keep talking about you. You notice how Layla came and told us what happened on her YouTube channel, and she hasn't said anything else other than, you know, her doing this. I've seen this interview, very few interviews, but if you notice when it comes to Claressa, all she does every time she, you know, she get a chance or she get to sit down, I shouldn't say every time, but a lot of, you know, the interviews, you can go search and you'll see how many things come up when she's talking about Layla Ali. Layla Ali is something that will get people to talking, that will get her interviews the same way Remy was used for people to get interviews for her. Because if you go on an interview and this interview was for this, partly for this, and Layla knew this, right? But if you go on every interview you go on and you doing interviews over and over again and you keep talking about all these other people more than you talking about what you have going on, then obviously the people don't want to talk to you because of you. They want to talk to you because of Remy, or they want to talk to you because of Layla. Why aren't they talking about you? Because what do you have going on next? What can we look forward to? What businesses are you doing? Are you helping people? I know she's supposed to have been building a gym or something at one time. You know, she's supposed to have purchased some homes in Flint that, you know, I think she was supposed to rent out. Why don't we hear any of these things anymore? All we hear about is Pompoose and seeing him, you know, you parade him around like a show pony. I'm just saying. But let's go on.
Like if you felt some kind of way that hurt your feelings or hurt you deeply and you want to, you know, come back to me and talk it through, then I'm gonna have to know where you were coming from. It definitely ain't gonna just be like, we just gonna forget about it. I'm not saying someone has to be like, sorry, Layla, but come on. You know, this all started because of an interview. You heard me say something and you assume I'm jealous of you. It's like, you know.
Now, even in this moment, you heard Layla, you can come back and we can have a sit-down conversation, but you're going to have to explain to me why you even went that route that you went. The same way you put it out on social media, you're going to have to come to me and we're going to have to let the world know, why did you even go this route? Yeah, we can have a conversation. And I believe this interview was probably like a year or so ago. Hold on, let me make it smaller so I can show you, so I can see. So this was a year ago. So at any point, Claressa could have reached out to try to clear this up and have a conversation, but she didn't. Instead, what she does is she continues to double down and keep bringing Layla up. And she says that Layla is jealous of her. Do y'all think Layla's jealous of Claressa? I'm trying to think. What would she be jealous for? Maybe because she has Papoose. Because, you know, we all jealous of Papoose. Because, you know, according to her, right? We all are jealous. Give me a second, y'all. Hold on for a second. According to her, this is what she feels about us. Okay. So maybe this is why she thinks, maybe, you know, even though Layla is married, I mean, okay. Is that what it is? All y'all are mad because they don't have a man to look at them the way my man Papoose online, look at me. Oh, slog face. Y'all see what she say? Ish, single and sad. Single and sad. But here's the thing. Until you're married, you're single. Sorry to tell you, Claressa, you still single. But let's go on. It's almost done, and then I'm gonna read y'all comments.
You gotta take the blinders off.
Well, I'm hoping that one day y'all can have a meeting of the minds and have a conversation, because y'all have different upbringings and lifestyles, but y'all got some overlap too. Y'all both have had troublesome times. Y'all had to fight through some things, different roads, but trouble, and it needs to be a lot of perseverance along the way.
And so have you.
Yes.
So that means nothing to me, Andre.
All right, tell him, Layla. That means nothing. Don't even try that with me. See, he likes Claressa. He's trying to, build a bridge. But like Layla said, that means nothing. A lot of people have had hard times. It means absolutely nothing. But she's going to pull back a little bit, because she's classy. So let's hear what she says.
I'm not
saying as an excuse.
I can relate to so many different people on that level. So that's not. But I got what you were trying. But I'm saying, you trying to be Dr. Phil here? No.
Dr. Dre. But no, this is how my mind
I'll let you have your moment. I'm sorry.
Let me have my moment.
Yes.
So I'm going to hold out hope, because I do see the overlap. And I do see two young ladies that came from different but difficult backgrounds. And y'all have made tremendous names for yourselves. And so I'm going to hold out hope that one day.
Keep that hope alive, brother.
Yes, I will. And I'm going to ask only the details, but was a potential fight with y'all? Was that real?
I think that when I said that I'd be willing to fight for the right amount of money, I definitely got some phone calls.
Okay.
And if that money would have came about back then, not now.
So y'all heard what he had to say. This is all the smoke fight clips, okay? And so this is what his interview was. If you want to go and find the entire interview, which was about an hour long. Now, hold on, let me remove this. So I wanted to talk about these things because I wanted to bring some attention to the latest things that's been going on with Claressa. Now, there's one other thing that I want to show you all. I think it's interesting that she tends to think that everybody is jealous of her for one reason or another. It's either Pompoose, because, we don't have a man like him, which to me, again, goes to her behavior. The Jedi mind tricks. Let me flip the script on you. Let me act like it's you. And this is done with everybody who don't agree with her, okay, when it comes to the women. So does that mean the men too? Oh, no, she got something for the men. So either it's because we don't have a man like Pompoose, or we broke, okay? We jealous because she pretty. We're not, okay? We all walking around here, I don't know what we looking like around here, okay? Because she the beautiful one. So everybody seems to be jealous of something or the other when it comes to her. Makes no sense, but that's what she say. Now, let me show you this last thing, because when I saw this, all I could do was laugh, okay? That's all I could do was laugh. Now, who do we see? Who that? Who is that? I took the sound off because it was music. So what is happening here? Is she a wrestler now? Was this a promo event? She got her hair done. Okay, what is going on? What's happening? What is she doing? So now I heard people, people saying she's entertaining, maybe going into a different lane. Maybe it was a one-time thing. I don't know. Maybe she's trying to make sure she had a backup plan because, she went to the Olympics. So she did boxing, and now, we see her doing this wrestling thing. Here's the thing, when I see this that I take note of. She is always the workhorse. What is Pompoose over there doing? When you got to do all of this, okay, you got to go pretend you a wrestler. We know wrestling is fake. You're going to go be a wrestler. I guess maybe they cut you a little check. You an influencer. She on social media all the time, child. She on social media more than me, okay? And I'm an influencer. But she on more than most of the influencers, right? She over there on Snapchat. She on Instagram. She constantly filming the food she eat. Where she with Papoose got the camera in his face. I'm like, you got about 20 jobs. You got 20 jobs and ain't none of them boxing. Because when is her next fight? So in my mind, I'm thinking Papoose is pulling the strings yet again, and I'm gonna keep saying this, okay? But sits in the background, and now he's quiet because Remy shut him up when she revealed the truth about him. So now he's quiet and he's trying to play like, oh, it's not me, it's her. She make, like he told Vlad, you know, she make on Claressa do whatever I told her not to do. She make her own decisions. But hold up now, Papoose, hold up. Claressa told us that she does whatever you tell her to do. So somebody ain't telling us the truth. I'm just saying. It can't be both ways. And in my opinion, this is not no excuse for her because she's still a grown woman. She knows what she's doing. I do believe that she's, you know, her behavior has shown us how she operates when it comes to other people. And she does this on her own. Hold up, Murray, what you say, Papoose? Watching that bag. Uh-huh. He gonna make sure, okay, she gonna have something cha-ching coming in. Exactly. But she's always working, always doing something. But your man is the richest man you ever known. And he takes care of everything. He pays for everything. And he does, you know, you ain't got to pay for no flights, no hotels. You don't pay your mortgage, your car. No, he pay all that. But yet you over here working and got 20 jobs. It ain't lining up. So much so that she's so busy that when she's going from one place to another, she don't even have time to change clothes. I saw one of y'all comments. She don't even have time to go and change her clothes because she on the clock all the time. I just don't understand. I think Claressa is doing herself a disservice. But I do think that her and Pap are a perfect couple. I think they are just alike, except for he's quiet and she's loud. That's the only difference. Let me see what some of y'all comments are saying before we get out of here. Now, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so. Did y'all get my notification in the community tab? Because I see a lot of people in here. Thank y'all for being here. I see y'all in the background in the bushes. Go ahead and like the video for me, please. Subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be talking about some other things as well. We're gonna, you know, continue to observe and talk about Claressa's behavior, because that's what I do over here, and breaking things down. That is what I do whenever I pick a subject. But we'll be back on Friday, and I'm gonna see, you know, what Claressa is doing, and we're gonna be starting to talk about other things as well. I have to pull up some other things. And so we'll be talking more on, you know, y'all want me to come back on lives more, so I'm going to come back more. I just thought I would come and talk about this tonight. I'm supposed to do Fridays. Okay, it'll be most Fridays, not all, because, you know, if I got to go out with the hubby or something like that, I won't be on here. However, I will schedule it ahead of time. It will be Friday at 8 o'clock. But because all this is going on, I wanted to come in on Wednesday. So sometimes I'll do a pop-up live, but I will put it in my community tab. So that's why it's important for you to subscribe so you won't miss the notification, because YouTube sometimes don't send out notifications from what, you know, some of you all have been telling me. So, you know, go ahead and subscribe. So when I put it on the community tab, you will get it. I'm going to scroll up a little bit and I'm going to read some of your comments. Okay. Yes, looking a stiff mess. Her antics will definitely work in wrestling until they get sick of her too. Oh, she gonna do something over there too. That's not even WWE. That's the Rock type wrestling. And look, Dollarface, see what I'm saying? You are will she tell us how many? She a what champion? How many times? 5 times champion, 3 times. Child, I can't even remember. I didn't turn my ears off listening to that. But you remind us how valuable you are. But you over here, and this ain't even real wrestler. I know it's not real. He got her working, AK Jordan. Ain't no way I would have my champion at an underground wrestling match when she got 3 fights that need to be set up in one so we can get that 8 million. Exactly, Overline. I'm trying to get my 8 million. I'm not over here playing with these folks. I'm going to be training. I'm not going to be over here eating 2 plates of dessert. Did y'all see that? Eating 2 plates of dessert, okay? Eating all this food like I'm eating for 3 people. I'm going to have my body right. I'm going to be in the gym. I'm going to stay ready so I ain't got to get ready because I'm trying to get the rest of my 8 million. I'm trying to get my 8 million. I'm not going to be over here doing whatever this is. I never even heard of this until she went there. Heard the pay was from $25 to $500 casino money to get back home money. Not no $25 to $500. That's some Japanese wrestling that just started. Ridiculous. No, not WE at all. It's some, I know it's some small. Now, y'all, I know it's small time. But see, y'all gonna always come with the information, so I don't have to say it. I just wasn't trying to go there, but y'all gonna tell it anyway, okay? So I already know. She said August, okay, and that's the thing, Dollar. She said August, but who's she fighting in August? Because we're in May right now, so we got a couple of more months, right? For August. May is almost over. Then we June and July, then we're in August. Who is she fighting? And why hasn't that person said anything? Pap controls her. Not the NDA, honey. How in the world they let Pap come in there and be giving people NDAs? They should have gave him an NDA. Pap pays for everything. They're not tagging Netflix anymore. Interesting. I think no one is willing to fight her, and she's running low on funds because they pay for all those unnecessary interviews and blog posts. I agree, Overline. I believe that they did pay for a lot of that. Slim Rim already said as long as she is somewhere making money and appearances, he will stay gorilla glued to her. Oh my goodness. That's why I say it's like Remy and Layla had a crystal ball. Of course, Remy knows because she's been dealing with him all these years. But Layla too was warning her because she saw the signs. And so she was trying to lead her in the right direction. And if a person is jealous of you and always been jealous of you, I'm not going to help you if I'm supposedly jealous of you. Why would anybody that's jealous of you always been jealous of you and all of that? Why would she try to give you advice that was going to help you, that will help your future and help you create a legacy? That makes absolutely no kind of sense. But again, in the way that Claressa, I'm going to keep saying, her patterns, her behavior, her mental, mindset. This is Claressa. All now she is beginning to be known for is bull. Bull after bull. A side chick on NDA is insane. Why she let? That's how you know that the value, she places the value on him. And there's no value on herself. Because how you let him come in there and talk about an NDA to you or any of his friends? So you can't say nothing when it comes to him. Even, all that I'm sure she's saying now, she can't speak on it if she signed an NDA, right? Because he gonna get the rest of them coins. I'm dead, can't change clothes. Pimples is what they call him, not pimples. Right, Pep can't tag Netflix about his Meals on Wheels rap. Can't change clothes when you got 20 jobs. Nope. Got the same clothes on. All you do is change your shoes. Can you imagine, ladies? Going from one place all day long. You don't have time to go to the room, freshen up, change your clothes. I mean, I'm not understanding. She had mixed match shoes on. Sound stressful. Yes, mixed match shoes because she got to get to Pompoose real quick before somebody else get to them. She lost all the alphabets: MVP, HBO, pay-per-view, CBS, ABC, Stars, Box Channel. Now she lost all the alphabets. Whoa, goofiest woman of all times. apples. All them ninjas had these side ushers to sign NDAs. That's a given. That's why all the truth on these ninjas ain't came out. Hence, we know about that. Hit that like button. Tell them, okay, Aqua, hit that like button on the way in and out. Thank you, Aqua. Yes, your notification came through. Thank you, Mary. I wanted to make sure because I don't know why YouTube is not sending the notifications from what I've been told. So I want to make sure you all get them. Not just Funky. She just Funky. Not just Funky. That's why Remy is saying, say my name. But they won't. They will not say her name. And I know that is eating Claressa up and inside. I know she wants to say something. You know, she's left her little hints, but she still won't say her name though. Oh, child, not 12 rounds. You change his name. I crack up. Pompoose, honey. Pawn. Exactly, Verlene. Did y'all hear the music that Papoose played when he showed her with them plates? Oh my God. Yes, I heard that music. The heavyweight lovers in the house. Ain't that what he played? Why would he do that? You see what I mean? Why would he do that? But that's the love of her life. Humiliating her. Knowing that people be talking about that she eating up all the food with her fingers and everything else. Why would you do that to a person that you care about? So now people can talk about that too. And you basically are co-signing the same way when he was on Vlad and he said, Vlad, did you see the picture? Y'all remember that? You gonna bring attention to the picture that's negative, and then you go on to tell Vlad that, you know, he didn't choose pretty much one of the good pictures when she all done up. Why did you say that, Pat? I cannot watch or listen to her wolf down food. I had babe. I watch it in amazement, like, oh my God. Get my 8 and lay down. You said get that 8 and lay down somewhere. Exactly who she's supposed to be fighting. I'm still trying to figure out who she's. Do anybody knows who it is that she's supposed to be fighting? Because I don't. Hold on. I'm sorry. For Green, thank you for the super chat. For Green says Papoose is the puppet master, shaking my head. He absolutely is. You know, when he was with Remy, a lot of us thought that he had, you know, some intelligence about himself. Yes, we thought black love. Yes, we thought that, you know, he was protecting his wife, right? And so what we have seen is the mask have fallen off when it comes to Claressa, because when you put yourself in the presence with somebody that's just like you, they can't protect you because they don't even protect themselves. So Claressa is being herself, and in her being herself, Papoose became himself as well. But because of what Remy said, he's so worried about his image and what we think. When Remy did that diss track, he went and shut up because he doesn't want Remy to say anything else. Right? He actually was quiet before then when Remy put out that message, you keep on talking, okay? But when she did that rap, to me, it confirmed what Remy said. He ain't wrote nothing for her. And if you did, go write something for yourself. Go help yourself. So if he would have come back and would have did a track back to her, it would have exposed him even more. So what does he do? He shuts up while Claressa continues to talk. If you was a protector, like you said, you would stop her from doing all this. You wouldn't let somebody that you care about go down the wrong road. Because she said, we all know she crazy. She crazy about him, okay? Crazy in love about him. If he wanted to stop all of this, he would. I think he wants her to keep doing this because as long as she does this, people are going to be talking. The minute that Claressa stops and is quiet, she's going to stop being covered. If she has no fights and people stop talking about her, then guess what? The money dies too, even with her being a content creator. Because let's be honest, don't nobody want to see her create no content other than what she put out on herself. By the time she look up, she's going to owe that label money. Exactly. she is going to owe that money, that label money. And speaking of that, let me show y'all something. Let me see if I can. Give me a second. Let me see if I have this queued up. Now I'm going to show you something that I found out a long time ago. Let me see if I have it queued. Give me just a minute. Where is it? Okay, give me a second. Is this the one? I think this is it right here. Let me download it real quick because I want to show you something. Give me just a second. Y'all keep talking in the chat. Keep talking. Hold on. Is that it? Okay. Let me show you this. Let me take this down. Give me a second. Stop screen sharing and let me pull this up. Image file. Okay. Let me scroll down, see what y'all are saying down here. Then let me show you this. Let me take this off screen. And let me take this comment off. Okay, hold on. Now, I wanted to show you this because I like to show you things. When you get to know me, you'll see me. I love putting up things that you can see visually. Okay. And so what we do know when it comes to Papoose is Papoose was with TuneCore at one time. That's when he made all those, tracks for 12 months straight, Remy said, and they shelved it and nobody don't know nothing about it. And child, it just didn't do well, right? And that's when he talked about what 20 years ago, he keep talking about that $1.5 million, right? So he was with TuneCore, and as you can see, we see TuneCore and this guy Dennis up here, supposed to be the CEO. This is TuneCore. Now this was when I found this. I found this probably a couple of months ago, right? I did a little research. And so as you see, as it comes down, you see Pap connected to the head of TuneCore. That's a distribution. And then Pap also connected to Win, because Claressa told us if it wasn't for Pap, she would have never got the deal with Win Records, right? Now, I know you all may be thinking, why TuneCore? Well, Claressa is not only signed, she signed with TuneCore and Salida Promotions, but there was a young lady that came out on, I think it was Facebook. And when Claressa did that song where she was in love with, talking about how she loved Pap and what she'll do and all that, the young lady played the song and she got a community strike. She got struck on her channel. And when she got struck for the song, because remember, Claressa's supposed to be signed with Win. Well, the strike came from TuneCore. So when people talk about that she's in a 360 deal, I believe it, because when I went and did my research, TuneCore is a company that distributes, their distribution company that distributes music. But if Win Records is a record company, why didn't Win put the community strike? Because the music should have come through Win Records. So that means her music is going through TuneCore. She signed with Salida Promotions for the fight. Signed with TuneCore. TuneCore is supposed to do the Win Records is supposed to do the promotion. That means she's connected to TuneCore, Win, and Salida. But if you notice, Papoose and Claressa never ever talks about TuneCore. Why would you leave TuneCore out? And the music, according to what the girl showed and what I researched, and the music is coming through them. So and I'm going to say allegedly, what I could see and research was Pap is still connected to this TuneCore. And she's connected. So when people say 360 deals, that's exactly what this is. So anything, and she talked about how she made money off of her music. And she talked to Tigger about how, I heard you can make a lot of money, off of the music. Of course, Papoose told her that, because what do she know about records and music, right? And so she was making them songs, and anything that she made off of them songs, because of TuneCore gets a cut of it. The same way Pat was hired to try to find talent for TuneCore back in the day. He was signed with them. And from what I see, he probably still is. He's, supposed to be the head of new talent or something. And she's the new talent. You see how y'all see how she wrapped up with him? Y'all see this nonsense? Green, okay, with envy. And because you wanted to covet what another woman had, you all wrapped up like a pretty bow. They got you all wrapped up. Did y'all know this? Because I haven't heard anybody else talk about it. Did y'all know this? I mean, it don't make sense to me. And yes, Aqua. And that was research too. From what was found, and I'm going to have to find the young lady that put the evidence out there, and I'll let y'all know her channel. I can't remember it right now. I'll bring some of that to y'all. Some of that I'll do in the membership. From what was found by her, there's a whole lot of companies up under them. What allegedly appears to be shell companies. Now, I'm not a part of companies, so I can't say what it is. So I'm going to say allegedly. He has tied himself to her in more ways than one. And it would make sense when they talked about that NDA. I'm going to have you sign an NDA so you can shut up. And you can only say what it is I say that you can say. But you can't say nothing else. Because TuneCore is in the background, hidden in the background. What y'all think about that? Now, I've been having this information for months now. The people at Win Records probably isn't feeling her too, because they are saying nothing. Yeah. What are they going to say? This makes them look bad too. Salida Promotions too. Anybody connected to her, it makes them look bad. Most people don't know about this distribution, the distribution of the music going through TuneCore. And TuneCore ain't going to make no money because, I mean, let's be honest. She ain't rapping worth 2 cents, child. This girl done messed around and turned into Angel Reese of women's boxing. Not a grid on the screen looking all professional. We got a whole bullet point class on the timeline. Oh, crazy, great. Yes. What's sick and sad is that she think she won with Pompoose because she's really jealous and obsessed with him. And I would tell any woman this too. I understand women fall in love. You want to, be connected to your man. You want to help him and all that. But that is a dangerous situation to put yourself in, because you don't know if that man is really with you because you the bag, or if he with you because he cares about you. And the way that she's wrapped up, child, like a burrito, all wrapped up. You got Salida wrapping one side, Win on the other side. And then you got TuneCore up on the other side. It's like Win and Salida is. You know how they wrap up the burrito? Put she in the middle, she the meat. Wrap them up on one side to the other side, and then you take the little edges and fold the meat in. TuneCore and folded her right in there in the middle. And Pompoose is over there waiting to eat on the burrito. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's just, it's crazy to me. And I'm not even sure if she knows about this whole thing with TuneCore, because she doesn't normally know how to keep her mouth closed. She tells us how she feels all the time. She tells us who she's connected to. Her behavior is, let me say anything and everything. And if she does know, she's not speaking on it because maybe, just maybe, it's because of, what she had to sign, allegedly. But I just think that is weird that TuneCore has never been talked about. And the only reason why, because I kept saying something don't make sense. The only reason why I started looking like, what do they do and why would they be involved, is because the girl, and I'll pull it the next time. She actually showed, because anytime you get a strike on YouTube or any of these social media platforms, they're going to tell you who most YouTubers do not play the artists, that's out here. We cannot play their music because our channels will be struck. Now, when Remy did that diss track, I think that what Remy did, if you notice, a lot of the content creators were stopping in between. But I think between Remy and who helped her put it out, I think that they put something on there so that the content creators would not get struck, because you can do that with your music, right? If you make the music, you decide to do it, or whoever owns it. Well, that wasn't the case with TuneCore. And Claressa, it's not like she's no real artist, but they had their rights on it. And so the girl got struck. And she was pissed. And she showed it that she got struck. True Crime with Shane is the channel. I love her. Okay, thank you, Chocolate. Y'all see what Chocolate said. And if that's a channel, I can't remember the name, but if that is the channel, she's done a lot of research. Y'all should check her out. You can go over there, and tell her y'all came from over here. Support her, because when I tell you that she has pulled up so much information, I was like, Lord. And she's funny too when she's giving the information. Oh, she is so funny. But she be dead serious. But she's really funny when she's telling us all the things that nobody's talking about. This TuneCore situation, though, I didn't even hear her talking about this. Would you say the organization's chart is diabolical? Yes, it is. Y'all see the connection? That's why I got it up here. Y'all see what the connection is? You see what the connection is? You say you love true crime. Yeah, she don't put out content fast enough for me, because I'd be like, girl, come on, when you gonna put out something else? I'm waiting for you. She be coming back like, hi y'all, and I'd be like, girl, where you been? Who's getting the bigger cut? Who knows? Now, here's the thing. Let's think about this. If I took you, for instance, let's use you for an example, Mama Bossy. And I said, I'm going to get you a deal with Wind Records. But I'm also going to tie you into TuneCore, right? I'm going to collect some money from TuneCore, and I'm going to get some money from Wind, because I'm the go-between person. I did the connection. I found the person that I'm a pawn, like Pompoose. And so wouldn't I get paid for, getting the music over here and getting the connection over here with Wind? Now, Claressa said this out of her own mouth. If it wasn't, I know y'all ain't going to want to hear it, but if it wasn't for Papoose, that's what she told us. I ain't make it up. That's what she told us. Except for, again, they left out TuneCore. So she is a walking, talking lesson for women who are crazy in love, like Beyonce's song said. What not to do. You so in love that you're blind, and you worked your tail off to have a legacy. You in the fight, in the ring, getting all knocked upside the head, all kinds of everything. And here come the pawn of it all. We got a whole Slytherin. He just come show up. And all of a sudden, you over here talking about, if it wasn't for Pompoose, I wouldn't. Pompoose, what Pompoose do? Girl, what? He brought you some people that didn't even have a track record to do this. Because when I go look up when Wynn had just established this company, okay, right before they signed her. This company wasn't even established. So instead of you staying with Salida, because she's been with Salida for years, right? And instead of you signing with Salida or going with another reputable company that's been around, where you can see what's going on, you can see the fruit of their labor, and there's evidence you didn't. You entrusted Pawn over here and went with his friend, because that's another thing. There's a direct connection. Ruben and Pawn here have been friends for a while, and that other guy with the red hair, carrot head guy, right? They all know each other. And you decide to out of your love. Yes, yes, Mary. Out of your love for this man, you have opened up your talent, and now he's getting recognition. And for what? And you got to sign NDAs, child. So again, this is a walking, talking lesson. And that's the reason why I don't talk about this to tear her down. I talk about this to show her behavior. Because you're going to have a generation of women that's going to see this, and some her age and maybe some older that's going to be like, oh, but she did it, I could do it. No, this is bad for anybody coming behind her, especially bad for Black women, because there's already a stigma out there about us. It also puts out there, like so many, Wendy Williams, okay, what was I think Sherry Shepherd got caught up, Halle Berry. Okay, keep doing the same thing with these men. Halle Berry finally learned her lesson. The same thing. What was the lady name that used to? What was her name, y'all? She used to have those. She had a restaurant. Famous lady. I can't think of her name. I remember I did a story on her years ago, and she had those restaurants. And when she got sick, I think she had Alzheimer's, and her husband was over there with that other color lady living up in the house. And they cut all of her dreads off that she loved so much. And he told me something, B. Smith, told me something, she want me to be happy. She want me to be happy. That woman stayed around, honey. That woman got away from him so daggone fast. He was over there looking stupid. I said, look at him, looking dumb. You did all that with your wife. That woman was over there smacking that lady hand and everything else when that lady didn't do what she wanted her to do. You brought that lady and your wife home and said that your wife was okay with it. Your wife that had Alzheimer's, and she couldn't make no other decisions about herself, but she could make a decision to tell you it was okay to bring that lady up in there. And she's smacking her hands and all this kind of nonsense. But guess what that lady did? She said, I'm out of here. They said the money was gone. The money was deteriorate. And guess what she did? Said, survival of the fitness. See you later, sucker. And she left. And he ended up by himself. Or at least the last I heard of it. Papoose reaping all the benefits for Claressa. Yeah. No, she's actually stigmatizing and mental health. That lady has mental health issues. She is not normal. She is unmedicated. Oh. Yes, we are. Exactly. We are fine. But this one here, poor representation. Poor representation. TuneCore got a free tier on releasing music. I wonder. Yes, it was B. Smith. Had a whole, yes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And for those of you who don't, go look it up. Look it on YouTube. You'll see him. Oh, he was so proud. Just like these two, Papoose, okay, and Claressa, just parading her around, doing interviews, trying to make us agree and be like, oh, okay, oh, that's great. Oh, he found love again. Oh my God, we just love it. But us as Black women, we was tearing that arse up, okay? Because nobody wanted to see that. That lady worked her entire life to build her legacy. And you over there living off of what she built and brought somebody else in there and wanted the public to accept it. We wasn't accepting nothing. And then come to find out the lady had somebody else, child. They saw it at a I think it was a pool party or something, all up in somebody else's face. My man, American. Claressa, wake up, baby. Papa, who that lady is, I wish a ninja would. You see what I'm saying? So the lesson in this is do not be a Build-A-Bear. Don't build no bears. They better come already built, okay? With everything. Even let that lady cut her hair. She loved her dress. They were beautiful. Let her cut her hair off. B. Smith used to be the spy at Union Station. Oh, don't you know? You know I was at Union Station, right? Oh, that food was so good. The atmosphere was, it was so great. It was elegant. You sat down, you felt like, oh, I really got some money. I'm sitting up in here. And here he come. Child. Truth be told, if you know, you know. Martha Stewart stole. We know. We know. And guess what? Her husband finished her off. hmm How can she in love with someone who is? She said it was love at first sight. That's what they told us. It was love at first sight. Now I don't believe that. It was not. Okay. She glad he cut them because they stay jealous of her hair and melanated beauty. Exactly. Exactly. Even though, she was dealing with an illness, she was still beautiful. Her hair was still beautiful, even after they cut it. But the fact that you allowed that to happen when you were supposed to protect your wife. That's why Pap doesn't care about CS destroying herself in the internet, because that keeps her distracted from finding out what he's really doing behind the scenes, taking her money. It was love at first sight for her. Well, this little chart right here, I said, look at this here. Ain't this something? But she's proud to tell us, all the things that Pap is. It's some things I could tell her that Pap is too. Huh. The gaslighting that Papoose is doing to her, he knows that she's slow and she eats it up. He's taking advantage of her. It's almost like Britney Spears and her conservatorship all over again. I refuse to have some broke joker with nothing to come bringing only his weak dreams. Claressa isn't and wasn't no love. You say wasn't no love at first sight. You know it wasn't love at first sight, child. You know it was not. But again, Claressa tries to sell the public stories. We don't buy it, and it upsets her. And she continuously shows us over and over again. And then when it doesn't work with all the things she say about us, she just move to the next thing and hope we'll buy that too. But now, since you're speaking on B. Smith, it's almost like the Wendy Williams mess, all for the love of money. What if the husband caused the illness? Azana, you never know. You never know. It was suspect to me with that husband after all that came out, especially when, I think that there's nothing wrong with a person moving on because, people separate, divorce, break up, all that. I think the problem is when you get with your new person and now you want to smear this person's name, like how Papoose and Claressa has done with Remy. Remy wasn't saying nothing. Remy said she was over with. It was over with. She understood that. Okay, it was what it was. He did what he did. She had no intentions on telling us nothing. Even now, she hasn't said anything since they haven't said anything else. She did her song, and that's all she needed to do. And so the problem is when you are trying to tear the other person down to build yourself up. That's a problem. Do whatever it is that you have to do for the two of you. But the person that's not in a relationship should be left alone. But for so many of these people like this, Kevin did the same thing. He was doing the same thing, and Wendy accepted it for a while, but Wendy's what she say, she accepted it, she knew about it, dealt with it, but what she said was no babies, no children. But when you let a person cross you like that, it's only a matter of time before they totally cross the line. I don't care what stipulations you put in that relationship. Once you allow the disrespect, you are teaching them how to treat you. And at that point, there are no boundaries. So it just was, and as a matter of fact, that wasn't the first time with the girl that was with Kevin, that she got pregnant. So she just decided this time she was like, I'm gonna, go full steam ahead. I think when she acts out and she goes manic, he comes in with the gaslighting and tells a bald-faced lie, and he allows for her to go and do interviews on the new lie that he told her. I think so too, Bella. I think when she starts to act up the way she does, either she goes to where he is or he comes to where she is because it's going to calm her down for a minute. But now she has she has now ignited another story for her. So now she can go and sit and go to other places. If you notice that it's a pattern with her, you're right about that. She'll act out. We'll see her do something worse than what she's already done. Then all of a sudden she's sitting at somebody's podcast, telling us this story that doesn't make sense. And for instance, this time she ends over here with these underground wrestling people, whoever this is. So that's a pattern with her. It's almost like, let me go do this, and when the people get to talking, somebody's gonna, want me to come sit on their podcast, or somebody gonna want me to show up at an event because I'm being talked about. And it used to be that thing. Remember, people used to say, all news is good news. No, that's not true. Not in the day and age we're in now. That's not true. The people are tired and they sick of seeing things like this. We as Black women do not want our images tied to people like this. And that's why a lot of us are speaking out. Because no, don't tie me to nothing like this. I don't want a pompoose. I don't care what you're talking about, Claressa. We don't want him. He could have caused her illness allegedly like Diddy did. Yeah, you never know. And you never know with these guys. I do wish AB would have turned her back and elegantly walked away. Sometimes you have to let a person crash out alone. Now, if y'all don't know, they have had these altercations before. And I think they were at a boxing match before. They got into it. And Alycia then too said something in reference to her relationship. I think she called her aside. And so, I guess she's just more and more upset because Alycia is not the only person that's saying this. A lot of the public is saying this as well. And she's being questioned about it, and Pat's been questioned about it. So they have to keep defending this situation and keep trying to make us believe something that we clearly can see is not the truth. I still believe that Pat and Remy are not legally married. They're moving like baby daddy, baby mama. There's nothing to divide because so you don't think they're married, Azana? Thank you, Mary. Remy is leveling up and Clarence is crashing out and crumbling. Now, that makes sense, Mira, because as much as Claressa says she believes in God and she's favored and all those things, it is my belief that when you put God in something that clearly the Bible is against, you're going to have to deal with the repercussions of that. Because what you're doing is you're putting God in a position that is almost like you're trying to say that he rewards this type of behavior when the Bible says something totally different. So you have covered this lady's husband. And now that Remy has been removed herself because she has grounds based on the Bible, whether she believes in the Bible or not, I don't know if she does. So now, his protection is gone. And now you're over here with her. So it makes sense to me that they are both falling. Because see, this affecting Pap too. Pap's reputation is horrible now. We want to never know none of this about him. Nobody even questioned anything he said, right? We just knew he was Remy's husband. He pretended like, he was her protector. And maybe at one time he was. But now, as Claressa falls, Pap automatically falls too. And the same way his $1.5 million is gone. That money that he got, whatever he's doing with her, is going to be gone too. Her music is going nowhere. Maybe she made 50 cents off of it or something like that, or $1 or something, right? He get a cut of it, and she get a little money, and TuneCore get a little money. And now it doesn't look like she has any boxing matches, okay? And so how's the money going to keep coming in? How he gonna keep paying these bills that she claim he paying that, I don't think he's paying, but that's what she says, right? So I agree, Mira. It makes sense. Consequences. She has the receipts. They really are legally married on paper. Remy is dealing with a North Carolina home and trying to have him removed off the deed so she could sell the home. Yes, I saw that about the North Carolina home. This is so dangerous to the new generation. Just say exactly, Sheeta. That's exactly why we talk about it. That would have been even better because she would have looked, oh, child. Remy is really a Mackie. Claressa Claressa, now you're going to wrestling and mess it up. Hello, never knew. They all married, the court record said. She probably would have started stomping her feet, jumping up and down, having a tantrum. It would have been great to see. Well, you wanted to see her having a tantrum. She needs an evaluation because she does have and she needs help right now. She's detached from reality because all she sees Pap as her savior. That's crazy. She said that she has a fight coming up in August. Monique, I'm waiting to see what fight she got coming up. And let me ask y'all something. If she have a fight coming up, wouldn't she be, if she's promoting that she has a fight, wouldn't it make sense for her to tell us who she's fighting? And wouldn't that person also be announcing that they're going to be fighting her? This is why I don't necessarily know if that's true, because who is the person that she's supposed to be fighting, and why haven't we heard anything from them? So is there really a fight? I don't know. Keep the queen of boxing, Claressa Shields, out of your mouth, or does her name pay your rent, food, and bills and car bills like no other? Child, we're gonna keep talking about her over here. Michael, I don't know why you coming to tell me that, because it means nothing. Have you seen my channel? Yeah, it does. It don't pay my bills, but it give me some money so I can go shopping for some things. So what you saying, Michael, does not mean anything over here. But thank you for commenting, and thank you for giving me the view. See, you helping me. Why you upset? You over here helping me because you watching. You like Claressa, but you over here helping me. See what I'm saying? Act just like Claressa. Saying one thing and doing something else. See how foolish that is, Michael? Why would you be helping me watching my channel? But you don't want me to talk about Claressa, but you over here watching me while I'm talking about Claressa. Y'all see this nonsense? Don't make no sense. See, that's how I know you supporting child by the queen of boxing. You mean the queen of confusion? I'm like, did I hear someone say Clarence going to wrestling? Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me show you, Michael. Let me show you your girl. Girl, what's the T? That's my girl. Girl, what's the T? Look at this. Michael, let me show you your girl. Okay, the queen of boxing. This is what it's come to for the queen. This is what she doing. Okay, Michael, what you think about your queen? Look at her over here stomping, coming out. Look, boxing. Girl, this is not boxing. And she coming over here stomping. Look at her. I can hear boom, 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 boom. Look at look. Look. That's your queen, Michael. Uh-huh. Look at her. Is that what a queen act like? That's a queen. Look, that's what queens do. Michael, I think you should go talk to your girl. Hold on, let me see if I can make it bigger. Let me see. Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna give you a good look. Look. Oh, let's go back, y'all. Let me show you your girl real quick. Hold on. Girl, what's the T? What you think about this? Amazing. This is gonna be another career. Look, look. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Get him, Claressa. Get him. Look, look. She flexing. Wrestler or boxer? I'm confused. Look at it. Michael, what you got to say about your queen of boxing? I'm just saying. I'm just asking. Okay. Won't work her like a mule. Oh, Claressa in the chat. Claressa, if you want to chat, why would you go and do this? Why? This makes no sense. You are a 5-time champion or 10 times or whatever it is that you said you are. Why would you go over here and do this? I don't understand. Yes, and no one has heard anything about this fight. What she needs is a reset and a real professional PR team. Exactly. Claressa, I'm going to need you to go find somebody that really care about you. Get a team that's going to tell you the truth, okay? Get away from pompoos, okay? I don't know what you got to do to make sure you know you can get out of whatever it is you sign or agreement, but you need to go get yourself somebody who can really help you. Now, I'm trying to give you some advice. Okay, I know you ain't gonna listen, But I'm trying to help you the same way Layla was trying to help you, and you didn't want to listen the same way Remy was trying to help you, but your behavior is to be upset and to go and talk negative about the people that's trying to help you. Do you hear me, Michael, Claressa? Okay, I'm trying to help you. Don't be mad at me. But you being over here listening is wonderful because you giving me a view, right? And you see this clock up here that's running down. It's at 150. Even if you ain't in the chat saying nothing, guess what happens? That's another commercial that's being paid, that's paying me, that's being paid because you watching. Thank you. I appreciate you. That's one of her million bot fake pages. That's how you know she goes on people pages that she is upset with because they talking about her. But Claressa, you helping us. I don't understand. You helping us. And like you said, we brokies and we need help. So thank you, because I need all the money that I'm going to get from you. So I'm not upset. I think y'all just started watching Shields and Alycia. This is going on for years, and Alycia hating on Shields. I have been watching. And so I think they both do the same thing. However, because Claressa talks about so many people. Does that give her a right or somebody a right to come and put hands on her because she run her mouth? All she does is run her mouth. But ain't nobody put no hands on her. So regardless of the back and forth, that does not give you rights to put your hands on nobody. Now, I know people probably talk about you too. You go put your hands on them. You're going to have to deal with the consequences too. She ain't got nothing else to do but troll because she ain't got nothing going on. You need to go get in the gym, honey. Claressa, aka Michael, go get help, seek therapy, and keep your man from man. The Shields hate needs to be studied. Steven, that's you again, Claressa. You know what needs to be studied? What needs to be studied is people that's on here who don't agree. And I'm assuming that you support Claressa. However, you being on my page means you support me. You're not supporting Claressa. You are supporting me. And if you're over here listening, Claressa, you going against yourself if that's you. And if you really support her, see, you ever heard that saying my grandma used to say with friends like that who need enemies? You're not a good supporter of Claressa if you over here supporting me, helping me make money. Now, you see, you need to be studied. You see what I mean? Does that make any sense? What y'all say in the chat? Do you think they're smart for being over here talking about we need to be studied? Look, the people on my page, the family on my page is here because, we're like-minded. But the question is, why would you be here? Stephen and Michael, Claressa, what is she wearing? Michael, why you let your queen come out looking like that? I don't know what she wearing. You want to see it again? Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. Let me make it big for you. Stephen, watch this. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Look at. I don't understand. Not the 5-time world champion. How many times she say she was whatever she's, and look at that. What is this? What is going on? What's going on? Michael and Steven, go over and talk to your girl. Get in her Instagram, go over to her chat, her Snapchat, wherever she's at. Instead of you being over here helping me when you supposed to be supporting her, you should be going over there and giving her some advice. That's how I know you people that's supposed to be her supporters don't care about her. Y'all don't really care about her because you wouldn't be over here making money, letting me make money off of you. So we're going to study you and we're going to keep talking about you. But look at your girl. You need to go and tell her something. Why she got blue hair in her head? What happened to the glam squad? What happened? We're on a nice 30, 40. What she say 40-inch bust down? What a 40-inch bust down at? I want to know. I'm just saying. It's coins for her. She has no fights. This Superman wrestling, this Superman wrestling is embarrassing. Oh my God. You heard what Dollar said. Talk to her. The driver then dropped Slow Shields off. Now she's hiding in the bushes. I know that's right. The queen of confusion. But Michael over here talking to me, you and the other one. Hey Michael, why you ain't get your girl a change of clothes? She left the wrestling match and went straight to the airport in the same sweaty clothes. That's what I'm saying. You people do not care about her. Because how in the world y'all letting her do stuff like this and y'all not over there giving her no advice? It don't make no sense. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. It don't make no sense. I wouldn't even want y'all to be my supporters. Don't make no sense. Queen of delusion and married me. She's telling you out of concern kindness. You should listen, Clarence. Exactly, Dollar. I'm trying to help her. We are trying to help her. Unlike you, wash up black. Oh, you tired of us. Oh, that's now, Clarissa. I know that's you. I know that's you. That sounds just like you. This is what you be saying about everybody. See, you do not want to take constructive criticism, and it's sad. But if it's bothering you, I don't think you should be in a place where it's bothering you about what's said. You know how many YouTube pages is out here talking about you? Oh, I'm sorry, not you, Steven. That's right. You're not Clarissa. Anyway, you know how many pages is talking about you? And let's go back up to that comment, okay? That doesn't even sound like a man. And if this is a man, you must be a little, a little sassy. Because this don't even say, why would you be so upset about this woman, with this woman? We talking about her. Why would you be upset? Steven? What you should do, let me give you some advice, Steven. What you should do is you should go make a YouTube page, just like I said before. For those of you who love her so much and you want to support her and you don't like what's being said, you shouldn't be wasting your time over here. You should go make a page. All of y'all should go together, make a page. Let your community come over there that support Clarissa. You know how my community over here support me. Hey, family. Look at my family all up in here, the beautiful queens. You see what I'm saying? Because it's queens over here. You should go get a page, and then all of you people that support Clarissa can come over there so you can counter what we are saying. See how that works? See? Your mind is supposed to be able to help you come up with a plan to help her, to support her. But you're not doing that. You over here supporting me. Crazy. I don't understand. But thank you. Thank you. So what if Alycia and her had beef? Why go to her job after dissing MVP and put hands on her instead of in the ring and get paid? Clownisa needs to stick to wrestling. It's as fake as her. Exactly. You know why? Because she ain't gonna drop no 40 pounds to get to where Alycia is. She doesn't have the discipline to do it. That's why. So you take it upon yourself to go and ruin yourself to show up at a place where you wasn't invited. You just had to go and show your behind. You say, Remy sitting back cracking up. I know she is. She probably sitting back cracking up and laughing, child, and smoking a little something and laughing even harder. Yeah, then lost her mind, girl. Sati, she still got on today in the airport. Y'all funny. Oh my goodness. Y'all are so funny. It's amazing to me how the trolls always come out. Here comes Michael back again. Clarissa, make up your mind who you want to be. Clarissa don't know who she want to be. I mean, what she want to be is, is be Pap's wife, but instead, she just some side macaroni and cheese, coleslaw, Clarence. Oh my God. Can't stay too long. Y'all funny. Oh, poor Tink Tink, Claressa, you big mad, emotional. Hey, in my PSA voice, when your quote box needs a yearly pap smear, politely go upstairs and put your ooh, Zana. Michael, go clean that dirty house, Claressa. Ooh. Stephen is Claressa. Claressa with your child. They gave her that look for resting. To be honest, it wasn't her idea to put color in her hair. They wanted to give her that look. So she chose blue to represent the Flint water. What, Monique, you making that up. You making that up. She knows every word you're saying is true. That comment has confirmed, Claressa, the gig is up. Just come on out, girl, under your name. Claressa, you the only one who be talking about Black women. Always got something to say about Black women, and you a Black woman. But then you cry colorism. But you forever saying, calling somebody Black, you know what. So who's really colorist, Claressa? Lord, look at Claressa out here commenting. Oh, she does this a lot. What the people say, this is common for both of them. Wow, I'm looking at this spiritually. Yes, Sheeta, look at it spiritually. Tell us what you see. Okay, let me take Claressa down in this little box. I'm gonna leave her right there for a second so I can read what the family is saying. Claressa, I'm gonna read to you what the family is saying, so maybe you can take some lessons out of this. Okay, it sees as such a happy relationship. Why is she not with Pap doing happy things, but she on the internet all the time, and other couples doing relationship things and being together? You hear that, Claressa? Elaine is asking a question, and at the same time, she's giving you some advice. What real celebrity or so-called GWOAT scrolls the internet searching their name, arguing with complete strangers, just sick? See there? Egyptian just, asked a question and gave you, something to think about. Mine says no milk, no fights, no opponents, no brand deals, no sponsors, no support, no PR, no common sense. See there? Mary, see, my family's great over here. They are helping you and giving you all kinds of advice and asking you questions so you can stop and think. But you refuse to stop and think. Instead, you want to be in the comments, saying things that ain't that. I mean, you haven't learned nothing from the whole thing with Alycia. Now you're saying other things that don't make any kind of sense. I was looking at that picture that make up to Latte Silver. Hi, friend. Let's see what y'all saying. I love to see y'all comments. That's too much weight to drop to go from her weight class to Alicia's class. Exactly. So here's the thing. I totally agree. And we know she ain't gonna do it. So why you keep talking about she went on an interview and told Tigger she want to fight Alycia. You know you can't fight her in her weight class. So you choose to take the fight outside of the ring. You know you can't do that, right? You in the United States. You cannot do that without consequences. So what you should have done was went down in the weight class and down to her weight class so you could fight her. If you really want to fight her, that's what you should do. She's not even dragging like she could. She dropping gems for you to listen up. Real women commenting in this chat. Exactly, Dollar. Exactly. We're not even dragging you or none of that. We are trying to give you advice about your behavior so maybe you can make better choices for yourself. But you're upset. Again, you stay upset. You too young to be this upset, okay? You are going to age horribly if you keep being upset about everything that somebody says about you. If you don't like what's being said, turn off the internet. Go to the pages that support you, that love you, so you can hear all the things that is favorable for you. Why would you go to a space where people are going to give you the truth? You obviously don't want to hear the truth. Why would you come over here and get yourself upset? I'm just saying. Not laughing harder than me. CS clearly doesn't want to box anymore. She don't want to be no boxer, child. She can't even troll right. Talking in third person. I approve this message. Yeah, her trolling is horrible. Somebody need to give her some lessons on trolling because you went on one page and talked in third person and then told on yourself, then start referring to yourself. And we already knew it was your voice. So now you over here putting words in the chat, but with a male's name, and we know that's how you talk. Don't make no kind of sense. Girl, what's wrong with you? Huh? What's wrong? Let's play this again. I just love to see her new career. Hold on, let me take this down. Look at her. Look at her new career. You a boxer and a wrestler. Look at that. She is so very talented. Mm-hmm. Ooh, look at her. Ooh, child. Mm-mm-mm. Those people, let me switch over, okay? Those people that was doing her hair didn't even know who she was. And at the same time, she was looking like, I hope they don't know who I really am. The lady that didn't pay the house in Michigan. That didn't pay the house in Michigan. She want to be Remy, Layla, AB, and any other woman besides herself. Now that right there, mm-hmm, that's sad. Claressa, instead of putting blue in your head, take a blue from the tool. My stomach, Mary, you said your stomach hurt. Eki Jordan, this is my first time on the channel. I believe I saw CS and Rain. Oh my God. Dialogue diva shaking my head. This is unreal, baby. She love being over here with us, y'all. Y'all notice that? Why you keep showing up over here? Now represent the Flint water. Talk about self-hate. I can't get over her hair. Oh my God. Child. I don't know where the glam squad is. They must have left. They must have quit. Aqua, she done drunk too much. Phil. Oh my God, y'all got this Wednesday chat jumping. That's y'all. That ain't me. That is y'all. And Claressa over here trolling like she always do. She said that out her mouth, knowing she doesn't give up. Claressa, if you don't like what the people say about your dumb self, then stop acting a fool. Until then, it will be a drag fest. Look, we're not even being harsh on her. We just giving her, some knowledge and some wisdom that obviously she don't want to take. She would rather be over here, upset, like she tends to do a lot. And you're not gonna do nothing but hurt your own self being upset. That's all. My advice is don't watch the pages that's not gonna lie to you. We're not gonna lie to you over here. We ain't gonna lie about you, we ain't gonna lie on you, we ain't gonna lie for you, but we will give you some truth, okay, and some wisdom and knowledge. And you don't seem to want that. So I think you should go somewhere, go to the pages that's gonna, tell you what you want to hear. Me and Claressa had a back and forth in a couple of chats. I'm modding. Really, Linda? Oh, Linda, she probably in here looking at your chat. Guess the quote got broke. Y'all funny. I don't know how Pap can deal with her manic behavior. I kind of like the hair. You like the hair chocolate? Girl, that's an acquired taste. It's true, DESILVA. Listen to wrestling clips. She did choose the color for Flint, instead actually doing something to help Flint with the crisis. She ain't about nothing, just a classes. She didn't. So she did the color for Flint. I mean, she said she did the color for Flint, and we just saw Jedediah talking about the house situation. Really, child. Claressa done drank some more of that water. She's a very hurt, dark-skinned woman who got called ugly and black all her life, and she's definitely scorned from that. That's sad, though. I hate that for her. You know what's crazy, though, Egyptian? That was done to her, and now she has a habit of doing the same thing. She just said all this nasty stuff about us on this channel. You chose to be here, but yet you come and say all of that call, and she famous for calling women, the B word. But yet, soon as somebody say something about her, she's upset. It just doesn't make any sense. Claressa Shields is ruining her brand. The sad part is that she's the cause. It's a sad state of affairs. Shaking my head. Yes, it is a sad state of affairs. Like I said, she's a walking, talking lesson of what not to do. Let me get up off this flow. My side hurt. I'm laughing too hard. Not you laughing too hard. At this point, to drop to Claressa weight class, she need that GLP-1, but she can't get smacked on snack taking that. Child. She looks well over 200 pounds right now, and it's not disciplined enough to lose the weight. Claressa, stop complaining and start training. Yes, you should be in training. Didn't Pap tell her that if she stay ready, she ain't got to get ready? Didn't he tell her she should be that way all the time? I mean, he did give you some good advice for on that, which is so true. Then we see Alycia. Y'all see Alycia out there jogging, okay, running. She say she stay in shape. She said she stay working out. She is angry at Papoose and taking it out on everyone. You are a good fighter and need to grow up and control your ego. See there? Knowledge is giving you some knowledge. Knowledge, you know she gonna cuss you out in 2.5 seconds, right? You about to get cussed out in a minute. Pat won't even lie with her. So how is he going to marry her and want to live with her? Now people talking about her now. She wants to mess up things for AB. A was too smart for her. Yes, AB was too smart for her. She didn't react the way that I think she thought she would, which was good for her. The whole, to not react the same way and go swinging and hit her and everything else. So that was good for her. I heard her tell that person at MVP that she is planning a fight in August. Claressa needs to be in jail after slapping that girl and her mess with the mayor. I ain't got no words for a big mouth troll who can't dress, who's with a simpleton and don't have black girl magic. I can't. I didn't hear again, still fussing and complaining. Let me get down here to the bottom because I be trying to read all the comments. Hold on, y'all. I never in my life heard a light-skinned woman say anything about dark shade women ever. Child. I don't understand it. Hold on, y'all. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, she is really upset with us. Oh, honey, what's this? Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. When I get off, girl, what's the tea? I want to hear it too. What time is it? Hold on, let me see. Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be nosy real quick. Oh, what time? You know what time? I don't see the time on here. I gotta make sure that I'm ready to hear too. For an athlete, she never seems to be in shape. Like 2 weeks before her fight. She be on crunch time, and that's why Pep told her if she stayed in the gym, she wouldn't have to be doing that. Sunshine, you say when, and she out, her gorging out on cheap wine as well. She will never get in better shape. Do y'all remember when she first started getting talked about, was being seen? She said she don't drink. Y'all remember that? She didn't drink at first. At Dollar, me neither, hon. It be the dark-skinned women bring up all of the time. AB is smaller than her, so why you putting your hands on her? I'm so disappointed in CS. Well, she did tell you. Did you see the Tigger fight, friend? She told Tigger that that's who she want to fight. So I guess she just went and did what she wanted to do. She also told us if she ever get near 50 Cent, that she gonna put hands on him too. See, she told us what she was going to do. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. She told us what she was going to do, what she want to do. So she was good for what she said. She went on ahead and did what she said about Alycia. So I guess if she ever gets in 50's presence, she's gonna be trying to do the same thing. I'm going to look for a bodyguard. Claressa is looking for us. Murray, you gonna look for a bodyguard. Claressa has self-hate to herself. Claressa does not like herself. She's a loose cannon. I cannot feel sorry for her because you roll around in the mud. You come out muddy, Claressa. Karma. Exactly. Never am I, 62 years old, had some my best times with my lighter friends. I am a dark skinned woman. Clarissa don't like dark skinned women either. She don't care. She don't care what color you are. She don't drink, smoke, or want to go to jail. Just saying anything to disrespect Remy. Now look, leave that woman alone. That girl from the hood, she drinks and smokes. What the what? That does she does it all. Well, that's what she tried to tell us in the beginning. I'm just saying, it just shows another lie that she look. It just shows another story that's told. Murray Willis. They say no good man will drive you to drinking, child. Drive you to drinking and drive you straight to HELL. Larissa hates pretty attractive women, people that say she's envious. I did see the Ticket interview. She exposes her hand all the time. More damaging footage that can be used against her. Now, Remy warned her about that, and she still don't listen. She talk about all these people that don't like her, jealous of her, all these kind of things. But we are the ones that's trying to inform you, okay, give you some wisdom so that you don't do the thing that you say you're going to do, so that you can stop doing the thing that's damaging your brain, and you still don't listen. See, people that don't like you, don't care about you, like them fans of yours, they the ones that don't care about you because they let you go down the wrong road and don't say nothing. We the ones that's concerned. That's why we're talking about it. But you think it's the other way around. And because you getting constructive criticism, then you lash out and you start doing the name calling and all of that and saying you sick of us and all that. Well, I mean, it's not going to stop nothing. Like I said, for your own mental health, then I don't think you should be on pages that's not saying what you want to hear. That's going to help you. But I mean, you can support me all you want to. I mean, I take it. Girl had a whole table of dessert after she had two, 3 plates. How many plates was it? I said, she is eating all of that. Girl, no. Now, when somebody floor her, I don't want to hear nobody complaining. She always making threats to other people. Exactly. She better not try that slap on 50 Cent. It won't end well. Well, she said when she get near him. That's what she said. Okay? She said it. Clarissa thinks she could beat everyone, and she's highly mistaken. And Murray, you don't need a bodyguard. We got you. We don't care about Clarence. I believe she smashed 50 because it's a clip with her on stage with him. Clowning, as usual on stage singing next to 50. So confused on why the beef with her and 50. Child, because he said something, him and Papoose was going back and forth. She jumped in it and said something in support of her man. So 50 started going at both of them, eating them with no fork, taking bites out of them. Like, child, I saw that. I was like, girl, can you give somebody else some? I mean, did you need to taste all of them? I told y'all she thinks she a content creator. What did she call mukbangs? She mukbangs or something, she said. You do mukbangs, you over there doing, I guess she a lifestyle content creator, then she a content creator like us. She responding to people, she doing reactions. She does several different type of content. She a content creator, you a wrestler. I mean, everything but a boxer. I don't understand. I just don't get it. Street fighter, because I mean, what you did to Alycia, that's some street fighting. So am I, and hated hearing that you're pretty to be dark. I outgrew it though and didn't hold it against a whole race of culture. I won't need one. Clarissa thinks she is crazy until she run up on a real crazy one. Taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, and once a registered kickboxer stepped up to messed up. Here's the thing, and that's why I'm talking about this, and maybe she won't do this again. Maybe she won't. But I think she is more upset with 50, I believe, than anything. So when she say if she see 50, she want to do something, I believe her. What her behavior has shown us, when it comes to her, saying she's going to do something to somebody, she did it to Alycia, what's going to stop her from doing it to 50? Now, we do know 50 will sue you, okay? He don't care if you ain't got no money. 50 will have you all up in court. So it's going to be a different situation with 50. She don't take constructive criticism well. She doesn't take it at all. It's if your thumbnail shows both ladies looking respectable and you are talking about issues to help these ladies grow the brand of women professional boxing. And y'all, let me tell you something, another thing about me. And y'all, you'll notice if you haven't already. Even though I have talked about Claressa and will continue to do so as long as I choose to, in spite of her being upset, because I mean, why not? It's going to teach a lesson. If you notice, whenever I do a video with Claressa, I don't have her on my thumbnails looking crazy. I have her on there looking beautiful, just like the rest of the women. I don't ever, now I've had her on there one time and she looked a little upset. But as far as her looking beautiful and, you know, and presenting well, when I go find pictures for the thumbnails, I search. Okay, I'll be searching so I can, you know, make the thumbnail so that it's the best representation for them and for my channel, because this is my brand. But I don't want to show her looking, you know, a mess, looking crazy or any of that. I don't want to have her on my channel looking like that. But I am going to give, you know, constructive criticism and my thoughts. And if she don't like it, that's on her. Like I said, don't come over here. I'm going to speak the truth. And for the family that have been with me when I was on my other channel, they know that I'm going to come and speak the truth. And, you know, some people ain't going to take it well, but it is what it is. Claressa is a content creator of how to your career. Oh my God. Remy is included in the NDA. That's why she can't speak Remy's name. Okay. Hello, Day Silver Chat and Moss. Just call her Can't Get Right. She had mentors in place. She turns on them. I have never seen anyone that has a problem with everyone that helps her. Hello, Tanya. You're right. I agree about that. Now, she did say, remember she put up that message saying pretty much that she is getting rid of everybody, right? She put up some message pretty much saying like she gonna be by herself. She getting rid of everybody, and she mean everybody, including kids. So I was like, you talking about your nieces and nephews, the ones that you said you raising like your children? Like, who are we talking about? And it reminded me of when she did, her and Pat was talking to someone, and she said that Pat tells her who to get rid of. And, you know, who's not good to be around her. And even when she wants to forgive those people, Pap tells her, and she did the motion. Excuse me, y'all. She did the motion with her hands. You know how you do the motion, like you cut that person off, you go across your neck with your hand. And she said, this is what Pap tells her to do. So watching and hearing what she said, and he was standing right there smiling and agreeing to what she was saying. So if this is what he does, then to me, in my opinion, is he's isolating her where it would just be him or almost just him, because I know her sister's still around somewhere in the background because she gets on and try to defend her, right? So at the very least, Claressa's probably still taking care of her, right? Helping her out. But her making that, putting that message up, I said, look, Lord, don't do it. I'm thinking to myself, Claressa, don't do it. Don't get rid of everybody. And then he's the only one that's going to be there for you to get advice from, because he already has her mind and she already believes that he's her savior. Typical, like most of us know, typical of narcs. That's what they do. They got to remove everybody. First, it was a reach that Pap and Rem really not married. Now it's 50 and Claressa smash. Like, let's be logical, not like Tasha K. No, I don't believe that about 50. 50, I don't think 50 will have anything to do with her in that way. Only the ones paying close attention to what's being typed and is the crash out. When men isolate you from your family and friends, he's going to tear your arse up. So Claressa Shields needs to wake up, because yes, I agree. Pop control Remy in jail. Who could visit? Who could not visit? She said that. She said she used to listen to everything that he was telling her. The crash out will be epic when Pap leaves. Yes, it will be. Well, we put names on it here. Here's the thing. So she did an interview too with Shannon Sharp. And she made it clear that when she's in a relationship and she feels like you playing with her, you're gonna have to deal with her. She gonna put hands on you. So at the time she made this statement, she's in this relationship with Pap. So who she warning? Because you ain't with nobody else. So who was that for? Pap false. Pap upstairs. Correct. You're so right. He has to have full control. He probably set her up to do the dumb stuff she just did. She's going nuts. If he removes everyone from around her, it will be easier to control, Claressa. Yes. If you're irrelevant, there's no need for names, huh? What the kind of name is Papoose anyway? Does it even mean anyway? It means to carry a baby on your back, Egyptian. That's what it means. True to his name. Papoose was cheating on Remy several times before and during the marriage. Pap running them circles Remy talked about. Oh, he running circles, honey. He is running those circles. Ooh. She probably can't keep. I know she can't keep up. Her head is probably spinning. TS better be worrying about what's going on with her money, because if you're not using it in the right way, what is she going to have? Dust in the pocket. Yep, he's the puppet master. Girl, bye. Oh, child, y'all going back and forth. What's going on? She slid in Shannon's DMs too. Okay, Gypsy said, okay, well, damn. Now, I don't know who gave him that name. He already had that name when he met Remy. Somebody tried to say Remy gave him the name, but if I'm not mistaken, he already had that name. Pap stacking for his getaway. Papoose is praying that Claressa doesn't touch 50 Cent. Yeah, he better be, because the way he stepped back and let her step to Alycia, he might have to save her this time. These women have been carrying him. Taking care of him. That's why she did not sign with MVP, because they would have protected her from him. Now, Alycia also spoke on that. She did an interview and they asked her about why didn't she sign with MVP, and she said something like, I don't remember her exact words, but like, who is she with or something, and the person said Papoose name, and she said, there you go, exactly. So she was pretty much alluding to the reason why she didn't sign with MVP is because of Papoose. He makes the decisions for her. And so, which is sad, because this is your career. You've been doing this before this man came around. You was doing well according to you, and all of a sudden he comes, and now everything that he says you're doing. And from where I sit and I'm looking, you didn't need his help. You were already doing it on your own. Pap told her to stay out if him and 50 beef, but she jumped in it. Yeah, she did. Remy said that Pap was infatuated with her and shit. I can't tell the way he letting that fool cut up around him. I love laughing at internet thug bullies that is funny. Claressa photoshopped herself that MVP boxing picture. She wished she signed with them. She already had beef. She already had beef with Jake Paul anyway. Hello, Aunt Debbie. How are you? How you doing? Aunt Debbie, I saw your channel. I haven't had a chance to go look lately. But when you get a chance, reach out to me in a DM or something, because I want to help you with something, okay? I saw something and I want to help you if you want the help. Not Clarabelle. You did not call her Clarabelle. Clarabelle crazy. I actually don't want to see her downfall. I'm considering erasing her algorithm from all my social media. So Sheeta, you know she's headed towards a downfall. Here's the thing. I don't want to see her downfall either. However, she's going to be held accountable for the things that she keep doing. And it's sad, because when I say that I'm really doing the content, yes, for others to be able to see what's happening and learn from it, but hopefully she will too. But instead, she in here, cursing us out. So I guess she gone now. So she probably was upset because I told her she's helping make me money, even though she don't want to be here. So that probably triggered her, and now she done ran off somewhere because she don't want to hear that. Because now she knows how foolish she looks, that you're helping. Anytime you go into somebody's chat, you're helping that person make money. And so it's foolish to come and help me, but at the same time, you over here upset about what I'm saying. That makes no sense. Good show tonight. Is Silver with the bullet points and all that. The crash outs and the funny is chat commentary as well. Usual. I saw, I laughed. Thank you, Azana, for being here. I'm about to get out of here too, because I'll be on here with y'all all night long. Y'all had me pulling up all these comments and we having a whole conversation. Okay, Aunt Debbie, reach out to me, and then that way we can talk, because I want to help you with some things on your channel that I saw that I think will really help you. Claressa is going to be the snot. Oh, okay. Now, for those of y'all who do not know, before we go out of here, who's new on here, the people, my A1 day ones know, like Aunt Debbie. Aunt Debbie was actually one of my students. On my other channel that was a lot bigger, I used to teach people how to become content creators. Aunt Debbie was one of my students. That's why I'm telling her to reach out to me. And she has her own channel. So if you are interested in becoming a content creator, reach out to me and I can send you some information and you can decide if this is something you want to do. I know there's not a lot of us that teach, on YouTube, but the side that I came from, I've helped a lot of people become a content creator. And so if you want help and you want to come on the platform, you don't know where to go, reach out to me. Let me put my information up here. Hey, Kevin. Thank you. I'll be so happy when I see you drop down here. I'll be wondering where you at. She's slow. Nothing makes. Okay. Let me stop, because I'll keep reading y'all comments. I told y'all I'll keep reading y'all comments. Hold on. So I'm gonna put my information here, and it's gonna be in the description of the video too. So if you go in the description, you can find it. But this is my email. If you happen to be interested in becoming a content creator, reach out to me. I'm not one of those content creators that's going to charge your arm and a leg. And I will not be sending you just some information. The way I teach YouTube is you will do one-on-ones with me live. Okay. I will walk you through the process, hold your hand the entire time. We will meet on a live, and then I will show you the complete process. That's how I teach. Okay. It won't be a download or anything like that. And you decide how much training you need, and you can stop it whenever you want to stop it. Okay. And so if you're interested, reach out to me. That's my email. Thank you, Aqua. Thank you. That's my email if y'all interested. Again, it's going to be in the description of my video. I thank y'all so much for being here. I always enjoy myself with you being here. I'm also going to be dropping some new pre-recordeds. Y'all have helped me grow so fast, and even though my other channel was a lot bigger than this channel, I'm glad I made a decision to start a new channel, because the family, a lot of the family followed me over. I just left. So the ones that could find me found me. I figured if you could find me, you meant to be here. If not, it was time to separate. And all the new people here, I thank you. I thank my A1 Day ones. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, AK Jordan. I appreciate that. But we're going to get out of here tonight, because like I said, I'll stay on here with y'all all night. We will be back Friday at 8 o'clock. So if you're not busy, come and join us. We'll be talking about something. I'm sure Claressa is going to do something else. But at some point, I am going to be adding new content as well. And so we can just sit over here and grow together. Now, I'm going to play my outro, okay? And if you are interested in hearing the music, then stay and listen for the outro to go off. Thank y'all so much for being here. Again, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on another video soon. Bye, family.
I should've known better, deja vu. I should've known better that I knew. I should've known better. Tell me that this wasn't all for nothing. I should've known better than I did. I should've known better. Love's love, man. I should've known. gotten your phone. I should've known that time would show me